Hi there, my name is Giovanna Bernal. I'm a Panama attorney with more than 15 years of experience. And today I'm going to talk about Panama Corporations, the basics and what you must know. So stay here, I'm going to explain it all. Panama Corporations, its law is from 1927 and it's the most used vehicle to do business, to hold assets, properties, bank accounts for asset protection purposes. And first, you need to think about a name. What name you're interested in choosing, and the end of this name should be Corp, SA, or Inc. It also can be other names that are related to corporation, but these three, in my experience, are the most common ones. The company should have at least 3 directors. The directors can be you and other 3 people that you trust, and if you do business elsewhere, the directors can be out of Panama as well. If you are going to do business in Panama, I recommend you that at least one of the directors stays here, because there are some paperwork that has to be signed at our local institutions, so it's better to have someone that is going to manage the business or sign on the bank accounts living in Panama. Typically, the main purpose of a Panama corporation is to do business. You can do business in Panama, and if you're going to do business here in our local territory, you may need a business license. If not, you don't need one. Then other purposes are holding. So the Panama Corporation can hold shares of another Panama Corporation of another entity, a foreign entity. It also can hold a bank account or a property. It is very common, especially here in Panama, to hold assets such as apartments or land in the name of a Panama corporation when you're doing it for investment purposes. Because first, your property will be protected from third parties, and second, you can transfer the shares later on with the same property value. So this is also very useful. And also for succession planning, you might think on having registered a Panama foundation that can hold the shares of that corporation. The capital of a Panama corporation is of $10,000. This doesn't have to be paid off at a local bank. So it's different from other countries when you do have to pay that money into a central bank. In Panama, we don't have a central bank, so it is not mandatory to pay off that money. And about the responsibility of the shareholders, the responsibility is limited. So you might think, okay, what's the difference between an LLC, a limited liability company, with a Panama Corporation in terms of responsibility? Well, Panama Corporations also is a limited liability company. So the shareholders' personal assets are separate from those on the Panama Corporation. So keep in mind that it works the same in that terms. But the difference is that shareholders will have to pay dividends as well if the business is done in Panama. And if you do business in Panama, the corporation will declare taxes. Also, Panama corporations need a registered agent. It is a lawyer that will proceed with a due diligence first before incorporating a company, and once the due diligence of know your client is processed and it's approved, the lawyer, which is going to be your registered agent, is going to register your company first in the notary and later at our public registry. The compliance is very important because we have laws and regulations where lawyers need to collect the information on the beneficial owner of each corporation. And we have to also keep that information in private, and we need to share that information in case a competent authority requests us that information. Only in that case, the information of the shareholders is private, is not registered publicly at a public registry, but the registered agent will have to share that information when the local authority requests that. Another important thing is that we don't have a difference on an entity on what is a local corporation and an offshore corporation. It's the same type of corporation. So the difference is that if you do business in Panama, you might need a business license, declare taxes in Panama, and comply with other requirements. But if you don't need to get a business license, and you can do business worldwide. And the corporation can be requested or incorporated from distance. You don't need to travel to Panama to get it ready, because the subscribers can be different from the shareholders. So the subscribers will sign the articles of incorporation and register that. The timing for the incorporation usually is around 5 working days. And the annual fees, in order to maintain the company active, are of $300 yearly. If you don't pay that amount yearly, you end up paying surcharges of $50 every year. So please keep in mind, if you're gonna keep your Panama Corporation active, you need to keep that in good standing. And as you see, it's a very flexible vehicle. The incorporation process is quite fast, as long as the lawyer receives all the information on who's going to be the shareholders and the due diligence forms, and all the process on a risk-based approach is done. And finally, I would like you to like and share this video, subscribe to this channel. Most of the people that watch my videos are not subscribers, so please subscribe, because I post a video every week. And if you want to receive more information about us and about our services, please, you can click in the link below and schedule an appointment. Thank you.